Hello, it's Friday, and I'm here, and you're here, even better. Don't mind me, just doing a new cast on. You know, that first row is always like the tightest, and then after that, it loosens up. I don't understand that. What is that? The cast on, I do a stretchy cast on, but y'all, like you sock knitters, you know that, right? Like, why is the first row, the cast on, always so tight and then it just loosens up magically? I mean, I think I know, but it's just kind of weird to me. It's how much it loosens up, you know? Anyway, I'm happy that y'all are here. I'm happy that I'm here. It's been a busy morning. Fridays are busy, I've noticed. There's shipping to do. This morning I went for a walk. I don't know about y'all, but we are having, for Florida, this is beautiful weather. I took Samantha out and I was like, oh, there's not as much humidity, just like they promised. I even talked Bo into going on a quick walk with me. It was very nice. It was just lovely. And this time of year always tends to be a little more overcast, especially going into October. I can't wait. Hey, Laura, and Cindy B is here. Hello, Valera. And Anne is here. I love it. Yeah, Anne, I hope you are feeling better. I know you said you were getting there. Not 100%. Yeah, I tell you, I have gotten very funny about getting sick. I take all the things, vitamin D, zinc, vitamin C. What else? I take elderberry extract even when I'm not sick as a preventative measure. And every time I leave the house, I have my, I think it's an herbal spray that's supposed to kill germs and stuff. But anyway, I'm constantly spritz, spritz. Ain't nobody got time for being sick, right? Yeah, 82 and breezy. Yeah, that's another thing. It was breezy here this morning. I love it. 87 and overcast. Very nice. 69 going up to 81 in California. All right. Katrin is here. Hello. And Carol. Hey, Carol, I'm glad you're here. You did make a live. We have a lot of Carols. So, oh gosh, Carol, I know your last name and I'm forgetting it all of a sudden. As soon as you say it, I'm going to be like, yes. Anyway, actually, no, this is Carol Wittig. I'm sorry, I'm looking at your picture. I think it's Carol Wittig. I was thinking of another Carol that lives here in Orlando, but I think that's Carol Wittig. Anyway, I know your last name, and I know her last name too, but for some reason it's like, whew. Oh, I was telling my dying to knit people last night. I had a doctor's appointment this week just to check up, and she checks my hormones, she does blood work, and she checks all of the things, very holistic. And I forget I don't know, was it estrogen? It was something that I'm deficient in. And she was like, one of the symptoms of that is that you can't remember a word. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I just thought that was getting older. Well, there you have it. Proof is in the pudding. I obviously have that symptom, but I think we all do. Let's see. It's magic, Anne says. What's magic? Magic. What did I say? See, I already forget. Yeah, and I think it's not just words. Like, I just forget whole trains of thought. It just leaves me. This is why I have so many lists. I have I kid you not, I have my die schedule, and then I have my collection list, and I have lists of dies I need to order. Well, I guess that's typical. And then I have 2 or 3 to-do lists, kind of embedded lists. That's how I keep track of everything. Hey, Tish, glad you're here. 70. Tish always wins the temperature thing way up there in beautiful, the Syracuse area. Oh, yes, for sure. Hey, Everdina, glad you're here. And Star and Donna is here. Hello, Michelle Browning. I owe you an email, which I will get to. I love it. Karen is here. Hello from Tulsa. Indeed. Deborah Sue is here. Yep, Wittig. I knew it. And then let's see. Angie's here. Just glad it finally stopped raining. Y'all are having rain over there. Angie's in the Ormond Beach area, right, Angie? So Donna, beautiful here in Gulfport. Yep, same as Lakeland. And then, hey, Evie, glad to see you on here as well. 78 degrees here in Jersey. I like it. Y'all are having beautiful weather for sure. Yeah, we do all forget, don't we? But I mean, obviously, most of us are women. We're of a certain age, and estrogen drops. And I think I don't even remember, was it estrogen that she was talking about? But if it was, it would make sense that we all have that issue because it just happens. Hey, Sharon, glad you're here. Hey, Cindy. Y'all are awesome. Oh, the tight cast on. See, I already forgot. Yes, I know it is magic, isn't it? Hey, Sue. Oh, thank you. Yes, the vest. We'll talk about this vest. I know y'all are surprised. Finally finished something. I was like, I've got to finish this godforsaken thing. Yeah. So, but I'll talk about that later. So, okay, Everdina, you have a sheep and fiber festival. Very nice. Guess who's going? Gee, I don't know. Not you. I love it. What's your excuse? I don't know, honey. Maybe it just happens for for men in general, because obviously you wouldn't have as much estrogen, right? I don't know. Might not even be estrogen. It might have been, what else was I deficient in? Pregnenolone. I have to start taking some of that. Oh, I'm spitting on myself. Morgan made me a nice iced coffee. So yeah. So listen, I think I told y'all Bo and I were gonna go see. Oh, I already talked to y'all about that. Was a couple weeks ago. We went to see The Roses. Oh, who is going to see the new Downton movie? Anyone? Anyone? I think it's out today, right? Morgan will go with me because Bo's not interested in that. It's fine. So Morgan and I will go, but I don't know that she's here this weekend. Plus, I've got some other stuff going on. So we'll probably go next weekend to see it. But yes, that is definitely on the agenda for sure. So what else is on the agenda? Oh, I did want to give you all an update, a further update on my mama. So, a while back, she was in the hospital. And after she got out, she was doing better, but then got worse again and had to go back in the hospital for a couple of days. Turns out there was a medication she was supposed to be sent home with that didn't get somehow translated over. So now she's on the medication. And I was texting with her, I think yesterday, and she's like, oh, she's had a fabulous recovery. So I just wanted to say thank you all for keeping her in your thoughts and prayers. She's actually heading to Florida soon. This is a picture of her. I told her I was going to post it. So that's my mom over there on the far right in the front here. That's my mama. And then that's my Aunt Linda on the opposite her on the left. And then all the rest of these ladies are cousins of my mom's, and most of them are Amish. So I told her I was going to show you all that picture because I thought it was kind of cute. So that was a picture taken in Ohio. And yeah, so they had a family gathering kind of thing. And now she's coming back. So I think I've told you all that my parents, I was never Amish. My parents were both Amish. They came from the Amish and left the Amish shortly after they got married, shortly after my oldest brother was born. So, yeah. So I always think it's funny. And she still speaks Pennsylvania Dutch, of course. And my brothers do too, probably because they have worked among the Amish, ever since they were teenagers. But my sister and I, we basically stopped. We grew up speaking it, but then once we were getting ready to go to kindergarten, my mom realized, this might be an issue because we were going to public school. So they just started speaking English around us. And I just kept it. I can understand like very few things, but for the most part, yeah, no. So we are I think bad's a bad influence on us. All right, Sharon, you're meeting Nikki Epstein tomorrow at the guild meeting. Okay, I know I should know who that is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to look her up. She's probably like some famous designer or something and has a gazillion followers, and I don't know who it is. I'm sorry. Tell me who it is. Yeah, so it is good news. And then next weekend, I think she's flying down and to my sister's house, and then my brother will be hauling her car down. He's an over the road truck driver, and he hauls big machinery and equipment, so he's just hauling her car down for her. So I'll probably get to spend some time with him. So I'm looking forward to that. I know my mama is so cute, isn't she? She's adorable. Um, all right. Yeah, they are. They're a my mom and her sisters and sisters-in-laws and all that. They're all wonderful people. So anyway, all right. And then I also wanted to show y'all, and normally I would talk about this at a different time, but since I've got the pictures up, I don't want to forget it. So did y'all see this new design by Petite Knit? It just came out, I think. I mean, I just saw it. So it's called the Valerie blouse. And here's what's interesting. I don't know if you can see, because I tried to get the biggest picture that I could. That line going across her front there from top to bottom, that's actually like it's knitted in there. I thought it was her purse strap. And then I got to looking at the other pictures, and no, it's actually like it has closings, like I think they're buttons in there. Um, so I mean, I love the look of it. It has a wide neck if you like that. And I noticed that so she on the gauge, she lists it as two, I think, are they fingering that add up to sport? But they're actually, I looked at the yarn, it's actually lace weight yarn that she's holding together. But I guess it comes to a sport gauge. And so maybe she had to put that those terms in order to get the right gauge that she wanted. So anyway, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on this one. I love Petite Knits patterns, and this is definitely an edgier pattern, but I don't know if I'd want that opening coming down across my front. So I don't know. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm curious if any of y'all will be interested in knitting that up. So you have to let me know. I like it. I like the look of it. I just don't think that would be something I would wear. I don't know. That's just me. All right. How are y'all doing on the fiber challenge? I didn't bring my scrappy project. It's by Stripe Step Socks. And I plan to get some work done on that this weekend because I have finished almost the entire front flap. And so now I'm ready to go and start knitting on the back and joining it to the front. But yeah. So speaking of that, we have a knit along coming up. So here's the deal. And I feel like this intersects with so many things. So if you were in Dying to Knit for the last 9 months, January through September, you got an extra yarn goodie, which I'll show y'all because there's extras that are in the shop. So they are getting an extra yarn goodie that is basically a set of 5 minis, and it was inspired by this particular pattern. It's called the Triagonal Shawlette by, is it Amba O'Brien? And I like it because even though it's called a shawlette, you can make it longer. And she has directions on how to make it longer. And it's cool because you can do it fingering or DK. And so she has some samples of it knit up with a series of minis that you can do. Or obviously, the yardage for it is right about 1 skein. So it's a perfect 1 skein shawl if you have a skein of DK or fingering that you want to use. Like, how perfect is that? So I mentioned to the Dying to Knit people, I said I thought we'd do a knit along, and they liked that idea. And so obviously I want to open it up to everybody. So I don't have an official start date because I have to send them all their goodies and their extra yarn. And so it'll take at least a week. So I figure we'll start it about next week. I don't even have a graphic made. I'll make a graphic. I'll put it in either this weekend. I'll do a post and put it in the Swan City Stitchers sometime either this weekend or during the week, and then maybe we can start it next weekend. It doesn't have to be, I'll put an end date, but I'll give us plenty of time because I want to knit it as well. And you know me, I need lots of time to get it done. I don't want to be rushed. So we'll give us a good, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. We got to be done before Nani Swimo. I have to be done before Nani Swimo so that I can knit my November sweater. But anyway, so if you, and I know at least one person, Katrin, said that she has this on her, it was in her queue. So if this might be a shawl that you have wanted to knit, well, now is your chance. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. Let's see here. Bo says, I say yes. About what? I think, my comments must be delayed or enough that I like completely am off on a different thing. Oh, Bo, the pattern, you like it? Yeah, I'm sure you would. And then, and she says, breastfeeding friendly. I'm way beyond that. Yes, but maybe Petite knits, isn't it? I don't know. I think she might be a little older. She looks young. She looks very good, but for some reason, I get the sense that she's a little bit older. But I think she's got young kids because I've seen pictures on her Instagram. I don't know. Maybe not. So, yeah, I should make one for Bo. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, Carol, I saw your comment last night. You bought it before watching the video, not real. I know. See, and I didn't even think about that possibility happening. I didn't make it live on the website in case anybody who was in Dying to Knit saw it and thought, oh, I want that, when they were getting it as a freebie. So if you don't want the extra mini set, just let me know, Carol, and I'll take care of it. But yeah. So then I told the Dying to Knit people, okay, this is what you're getting. I showed it to them. And then I was like, I'm going to make it live on the website if anybody wants extras, or so that it can also go in the newsletter tomorrow and all, be available. And then I didn't think about the fact someone might be catching the Dying to Knit video late. All right. What's the pattern name for the knit along? It's the Triagonal Shawlette by Amba O'Brien, and I will also put that in the show notes as well. So yeah, it's a short pattern. Basically, I think what she has you do is, there's an increase section because you start at one end, it looks like a bikini bottom at the one end, and then it gets wider as you increase, and then you decrease. So if you want it longer, you add an increase section, and then however many increase sections you added, you do that many decrease sections to go back down the other side. And this is actually, I really like this particular shape of a shawl. It's perfect for wrapping around like a decorative scarf. So it's right up my alley. So, and like I said, we'll loosely start that next weekend, but you don't have to start on the day that it officially starts. But yeah, so we'll do that. And then, all right. Do y'all want to see what other people have been working on? A lot of them were posted in the Swan City Stitchers. So, Carol, of course. Okay, very good. No problem. I'm glad that you want both. Hey, Diane, I'm glad you're here. I know, don't we all need an extra shawl in our life? I do. Actually, I don't wear a ton of shawls here in Florida. I will say that, but I do like them. Like when we go to Nashville at Thanksgiving, and I'm super excited for Virginia later this month. I know, it may not be cold to everybody there in Virginia, but it'll be cold to me. So, yeah, for sure. Hey, I see Helen is watching us on Instagram. Hey, Helen, glad to have you here. All right. So, and then Okay. Well, you really like that sweater, huh? Watch me end up making oh, actually, that would be a cool shop sample. That's interesting. It's so funny to me to see, when we go to festivals, the things that will catch people's eye. And at some festivals, I'll have a sample, a knitted sample that's up there, and nobody pays attention to it, single person. And then another festival will be at, and that same sample will just sell all kinds of yarn because people are just drawn to it. And I don't know, does it some of it have to do with location? I tend to set up my booth the same. The fingering typically is on the left side, and then you walk around and you get to the DK and the worsted. So I don't know. I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. I think sometimes it's magic. Right? It's just magic. That's all. Oh yeah, Sharon, that would work with the gradient color skein. You talking about, oh my goodness, that would so be perfect for the gradient. You talking about this one, the triangle shawlette? Yes, that would be perfect for one of the gradient skeins. Oh, it would be absolutely perfect. There was something I was thinking, one of those things that, you think about in the middle of the night when you can't sleep, that I was thinking, oh, I should knit that in the gradient colorway. And I don't remember now what it was. I'll have to think about that because I remember at the time thinking, oh, that would be gorgeous. But you're making me think now. I might have to, maybe I'll take one of the gradients and knit this with it. I was going to do it with the mini set, but I don't know now. All right. Well, I have to think about that. Thanks, Sharon. No, actually, thank you. That's a good idea. So yeah. Okay. Moving on. Oh, you're welcome, Laura. Always, my friend, always. Okay, so let's go on. So I'm distracted. A friend of mine, we were chatting this morning about insurance for our festivals. And she's calling me. I can't answer the phone right now. I'm sorry, Sherry. Don't mind me, y'all. Morgan must have given me some serious caffeine because I am woo. All right, let's go through these, shall we? All right. First of all, and we may have seen this before because it looks kind of familiar to me, but I don't think it was finished. Tracy finished her Musselburgh hat. Y'all, this is absolutely splendiferous. I love this idea of the alternate colored brims. And in the pattern, by the way, if you've not knit a Musselburgh hat, she gives you the measurements exactly for how to do if you want different colored brims. It's super simple. And I absolutely love what Tracy did here. So I'm pretty sure that's executive producer is the main color that she's got there. And then she also used berry, and I'm not sure what the third color is down there on the brim, but it looks just awesome. And then, not to be outdone, we have another Musselburgh hat by Gwen Matthews. I love this. I may have caught this over on Instagram, but she did hers I'm pretty sure this is Mad About You and Fuzzy Navel are the two that she chose. And it looks really cool. I didn't have the picture here of the Musselburgh hat laid out because, as y'all know, the Musselburgh hat is basically a long tube so that you fold half of it inside the other half. And so it becomes a nice, beautiful, squishy hat. And then, of course, you can see how she alternated her brim colors here, which I absolutely love as well. But hers laid out flat looks really cool. And I would imagine Tracy's looked awesome as well, laid out flat. All right, moving on. Jessica is knitting. She's going to also knit a short-sleeved broom. I think she said short-sleeved, but I know she's going to knit the broom by Andrea Mowry, and she's using Till the Cows Come Home on Fluffy DK. And as she said, it is like knitting with a cloud. I do not disagree. This yarn is just splendiferous, I have to say. And even though it has a halo, it's super easy to tink back. Ask me how I know. All right, Anne, gotta love it. Anne is getting back to it. And you can see there, she's got her first extra light bright shirt there by Eunice. And beside it, she's doing a faded sock to match. I absolutely love these colors. She's got sparklers in there. She's got confetti and sprinkles. And then Go Big or Go Home, I think, is what she's used to edge both of those projects with. I love it. And then she's also got a Mad Spatter and Summer Sights. And I was like, Summer Sights, I don't even remember that colorway, but apparently it was a while ago. But it looks, I mean, it is perfect in this fade. You know, sometimes you'll see a fade and it just hits just right. And that's definite. Yeah, I love it so much. And then Laura, I think, got everyone's shock and awe and how beautiful it is when she posted her ranunculus this week. Look at this beauty. So she's knitting this with, this is burnt butter on Swanky DK. And there's plenty of that in the shop, by the way, wink, wink. Burnt butter, because it is just, it's always a showstopper. But I absolutely love it here. And of course, it's making me think I need a sweater or something in burnt butter. Ah, just love it. Gorgeous. All right. Sue said she could not stop with just one. And so she is making or has made a bunch of pumpkins. And so she said it's called the Teal Pumpkin is the pattern by Dawn Pritchard. I'll put it in, I'll find the link and put it in the show notes if anyone else is wanting to make it. They just look so perfect. She used candy corn is the body of those. And then pumpkin puree is the stem, and then the leaf is in Hunter. It just looks so good. Those are awesome. I'm jealous. You got me wanting to make pumpkins so bad. One day I'm going to be making me some pumpkins. Okay, so this is, if y'all remember, I showed you the Sunshine City colorway, and that's the colorway for the common thread over in St. Pete, the new yarn shop and coffee shop over there. And so Shannon was kind enough to post just a couple of projects this week. This looks like somebody's knitting a pair of socks. I didn't get the name of who that was. And then also this lovely lady made a headband, which is so gorgeous. I love it so much. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, some amazing projects this week for sure. So, all right, let's see. And I can't read comments when I'm over on that tab for some reason. So, yeah. Let's see. Bo, really like the sleeves. I don't know which pattern that was. Are you still talking about the Valerie by Petite Knit? Is that what you were talking about, the sleeves on? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Sharon, still haven't started. Well, now you can join our knit along if you want. It doesn't matter. And then let's see. Oh, Karen, I still want the black and white you showed yesterday for Dye Live. So just so y'all know, I think I already deleted the picture. I'll show y'all our Dying to Knit colorway in a little bit. But what I'll often to remind everybody in Dying to Knit that, hey, tonight's the night, because Facebook is not always great about reminding you of events that you have. And we do the Dying to Knit event in Facebook. It's a Facebook group, and I set up Facebook events. And but even if you respond that you're going, Facebook is kind of iffy sometimes on notifications. And so you never know, are you going to get the notification or are you not? So I always try to remind, I do a post, a couple days out, the day of. So I can't show them the colorway that we're dyeing that night. So I take a picture of it in grayscale sometimes, or, something like that. So I posted it. And because of the colorway that we dyed, it's super bright and has a lot of contrast. And so, the grayscale photo that I posted looked really good. And so, yeah, I might have to come up with like a gray and black and white colorway. That would, that would be good. I'll put it on my list up here. Hey, Linda, glad you're here. Let's see. Donna, love those colors. I'm glad. Very good. Let's see. Cindy. Oh, yeah. Got to schedule. I know Fridays are just made for grocery shopping, aren't they? Let's see. And then, so Laura, Linda, it's the triagonal shawl, the one that I mentioned on last night's Dying to Knit. Triagonal shawlette. And like I said, I'll put it in the show notes. I'll do a post once I get the graphic made. Don't worry, you're not missing anything yet. Let's see. Oh, Donna, you're almost done with the cuff. Oh, was that your sock, Donna? Okay, I'm glad. I love it. It's looking good. All right, Sharon, yes, please. I don't know. Oh, you all are talking about the gray, black, and white. Okay, all right. Well, we have some consensus. I guess I better get on that faster than I thought. All right, let's get to this beauty, shall we? So yes, I did finish. This is the Stockholm slipover V-neck, obviously, because she has a round neck option as well, which I've already made. I did that one in Sparklers and Neon Moon. I held those two colorways together. It's bright. So this is the V-neck version, and I did this one in Under the Mistletoe. Oh, I didn't bring in my extra yarn. So I used 2 skeins of Under the Mistletoe in Fluffy DK. Let me grab it real quick. Y'all have seen the cakes, but here's the skein of it. So I used 2 skeins, and I alternated them using the helical method. So, which I actually really like. Now, it could be that where I changed each row was hidden because of, all the halo on this Fluffy DK, but I don't know. Like I tried to find it and look, and I think I really like that method. Like I'll be using that from now on. I like it. So, yeah, so 2 skeins, and I had just a little bit left of each one. I'm trying to think, is there anything this part here, she has you doing a decrease. And I have to say, for this particular pattern, when I went to the website, her website always has videos on the different techniques. And a lot of them have, because she does it in a different language. And so a lot of them will have like subtitles in English so that you can understand. These particular videos did not. So it was really a matter of you had to just watch the video. Now, most of the techniques that she had videos for, I've done before, so I wasn't really too worried about it. But I don't know. And I'm not worried about this down here, the way that it looks, because again, all the halo on this Fluffy DK, it hides a lot of ills. So I think it came out looking okay. And I followed her directions, but I don't know. Me, sometimes things happen. I thought I might, when I was knitting this, I was like, I don't know, is that going to look right every row that I went down and did the decrease? I was like, I don't know. But it ended up, I thought I might have to pull it out and redo it, but it looks fine. So here it is. You can see this is exactly how I wanted to wear it. I wanted to wear it with a white shirt underneath, and it looks good. I know we're not even anywhere near the Christmas season right now, but this is how long it takes me to finish a project. So, and it'll go in the booth as a shop sample. I don't know. I'll be honest. Would I do this again? I asked Bo what he thought. He likes the fit of it, and it's not too boxy. I didn't do any side decreases, but he said that he loves this colorway on other skeins, but he's not sure that he loves the look of this. It's a little busy, I have to say, and I think that's because of all the fluff. that's on Fluffy DK. So I like it. I think it's a good, like I'll wear it at Christmas time, especially here in Florida, because you never know, Christmas Day might be warm or it might be cold. You don't know what you're going to get. So this would be perfect if it's a warm Christmas day. Or anytime during the Christmas season. So, and y'all, I have this secret fantasy of what's her name that does Christy Glass, that I don't know if she still does it, but I know in the past, like she has enough of knitted and crocheted items in her wardrobe that like during the Christmas season, she wears a Christmas knit every single day. She can. I know that she's done that in the past and she'll like show it. And I'm just like, oh, that's what I want. I have a long way to go. But, it could be something simple like a shawl or, whatever, something so that every single day you have a Christmas item to wear. I just think that would be very cool to have. So, yes, I'm getting there. Oh, and that's a good idea too. How about gray, black, and white on a silver sleeve? Yes, that would be amazing. Laura, those colors in the vest almost look like roses. Yeah. The areas where the red are prominent. Thank you. I'm glad that y'all like it. Thank you. I like it too. I think it came out a little bit differently. And again, I mentioned this last week, I think. This yarn, it is like knitting with a cloud. It is also super slippery. And I don't know, is that because of the silk content? It is mostly alpaca. Yeah, it's 90% baby Surrey alpaca. No, babies were hard. And then 10% silk, but it really just slides off the needles. And so did I tell y'all for both of the arm finishing and the neck, I went with my wooden cubics needles and I was happier. I wasn't constantly fighting to keep the stitches from falling off the needles. So that made me happy and I got that done. So the other thing that I finished a sock. I was working on this last week, I think, and I showed y'all. So I finished one sock for Bo, and I want to say this is the Inertia colorway from String Theory Colorworks, and I use Dole Whip on the heel, on the cuff and the toe, and then Happy Hour I used on the heel. And I haven't cast on the second sock yet. Ordinarily, if it were for me, I would now swap and use Happy Hour for the cuff and then Dole Whip for the heel. But I think I'm getting the sense that Bo likes twin socks. So I'll probably do Dole Whip again. And then I'm not going to worry about the stripes. How they fall is how they fall. So if it starts, for example, I think it'll start on an orange because I finished with orange down here. Oh, this is something. Yeah, so the next one will start with an orange stripe, which I'm not going to worry about that. But this is something I've noticed, and I'm curious if anyone else has noticed this. So, when I make Bo socks, not on every pair, but I always track my projects on Ravelry. So I will often write down, okay, I did this many rows for the leg, this many for the cuff, how many stitches I cast on, and then what heel, and then how many stitches I did for the foot. I have noticed something. When you do a shadow wrap heel, when I do a shadow wrap heel, I don't have to do near as many rows. Why I say near as many? I don't have to do as many rows for the foot. I guess that's because, and I'll be honest, I'm trying to think now. I must have I have one sock that I knit for him, and I think it was a heel flap, and I said something about 75 rows for the foot, which I'm guessing that would have started with all the decreases. So you would need more rows for that. But I don't know. For some reason, I just thought that I'd still need the same amount of rows. Maybe that was silly of me. But I did at least 10 rows less because I had him try these on because I was like, I don't know, that's looking like it's pretty long. So I had him try them on. And sure enough, I didn't have to knit as many rows for the foot. So that's just even more reason for me to use the shadow wrap heel. I already love the heel pattern to knit. And now I have less rows to knit on the foot. Oh my gosh, can it get any better? So anyway, yeah. So I still have, I feel like I've got too many projects going on. So I still have my stripe step socks. And then I'll need to, I wrote down, fortunately, I think I wrote really good notes on this because I'm not going to cast this other sock on right away. I do want to get started on these socks that I'm going to knit for Kayla, my stepdaughter. And Morgan's caking up the yarn, the body. That'll be for the body of the foot. It's garnet and gold. But I showed you all this last week. I hope to get the cuff done this weekend. I'm going to do those. This was the September chart from Summer Lee, her cuff club. And it has little cables in it. I figured if I'm going to do a vanilla sock, I might as well give her a little zhuzh to the pair of socks. And it's just on the cuff. It's been a while since I've done some cabling, so you might hear some complaints. I'm not a big cabler, I got to tell you. So after that, I don't know what I'm going to knit next. I know there have been a lot of projects that I wanted to do, but there's a new color collection coming out. I haven't named it yet. I mean, I've decided the colorways and their names. I just need a name for the collection because it seems kind of like fall collection, kind of blah. So I'll have to name the collection. But anyway, one of the main colors of the collection is a colorway that I've dyed before. Not a lot, but I love the colorway. And when I last dyed it, I kept some yarn for me and it actually started a shirt. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I ended up, because my stitch count was off, I ended up tearing it out. But I still have the yarn. And I was like, I think I'll maybe now knit that shirt. So the shirt pattern is the summer sorrel, by the way. So yeah, I might, who knows, maybe that'll be my next garment. You know me, I like to have a garment and a pair of socks on the needles. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the Stellina. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to put black and gray and white on the dye schedule. All right. So Donna, my shadow wrap heels tend to be roomier, but I have not analyzed it as thoroughly as I should. I only noticed it because, you know how you get if you're a sock knitter, you kind of have a formula for everybody. And I know for bow, I usually do a 75 stitch cast on. And I do, so many rows for the leg and then the heel. But with me switching over to the shadow wrap heel, I've learned doing enough. Like I did some DK weight socks for him recently. And the other thing that I've noticed, because I also made him the interstellar shorties that I made as not shorties for him. I noticed that doing color work, like changing colors, obviously changed my gauge because I also, it's a fingering weight sock, but I did a shadow wrap heel. And so I also didn't need as many rows there. So maybe it was the fact that I did a shadow wrap heel. I don't know. So many crazy things happening in the knitting. Okay, let's see. Where's my agenda? I'm probably getting way off. Way, way, way off topic. All right. No, actually, I'm not. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. So I do want to mention, I don't have the skein with me, but don't forget the Sunshine City. If you want to pre-order that, you can. And that's on the Common Thread website. Hey, Cindy. Ooey Gooey for the fade yarn, the gradient yarn. Yeah, it would look very good in there. In fact, I don't know, that's a sport weight pattern? I'm guessing it is. So here is, by the way, the Ooey Gooey cowl. I would love to knit this, but time-wise, I've handed it over to Laura. Laura has so graciously accepted to knit me a sample of the Ooey Gooey cowl in the new upcoming collection. So I won't say anything more about that right now. But okay, so what's new in the shop? Well, first of all, I will show you. So here's the color that we dyed up last night. It's funky, I know it, but you can see that dark in there. That's how, so the grayscale photo that I did really showed that black really came through. It's a nice contrast, especially next to the gold. So this is definitely a 90s colorway. It was based on The Nanny, that show, The Nanny. So you can maybe see where those colors came from. So that's what they are getting. And as a result, we have some coordinating cousins. So this was just for the Dying to Knit people. They get that. So that was exclusive for them. These, however, are the coordinating cousins that are on pre-order. That is really coming across bright on my monitor. So this one is Pink Cadillac. So basically what you're looking at here is that base layer is Stargazer, and then I simply speckled it with the red. Think Paint the Town red, that red. So I speckled it. So it's a nice tonal with speckles all over. So you shouldn't have color pooling issues or anything like that. Same here with this one. The Nanny, if any of you are The Nanny fans, she loved her leopard print. So I made some leopard print and I gave it a gold base there. And then I speckled it with some golden browns and some deep dark browns. I did not put the black in there. I didn't want any black. I just didn't. I like it better without. So there it is. Next to that. So these two are available on pre-order across multiple bases. They should ship within 2 weeks. Yeah, in fact, I will make sure that I get them shipped out before we go to our next festival in Virginia. I'm excited about that. Okay, so, and you can even get these on minis, by the way. If you want it on Trusty Sock Mini or Trusty DK Mini, then you get one of each. So good to add to your stash if you want. All right, what else? I had a request for some lilac on Trusty Sock. So I did. I think there's a skein or two left there. And then another, this is just very limited. It's only on Trusty Sock. This is called Opaline's Bookshop. This was actually a colorway I dyed. It was for the book, The Lost Bookshop. And yeah, so it's got some of that. This is very similar to Burnt Butter, actually. And then you've got a deep dark gray that almost reads a blue because of that brown in there, that golden brown. So just a few of those. I was actually auditioning this for the upcoming collection and decided against including it, but I just wanted to see it. So I dyed up a pan of that on Trusty Sock. So there's 1 or 2 of those left as well. And then, okay, so Cindy, what festival? Shenandoah Valley Fiber Fest. I think you commented on that, so I think you knew about that, right? Oh, hey, Cindy, she's back. Virginia, I know, getting closer to New York. I know, I'm telling you, I have high hopes. Bo says, I love that one. Which one, honey? You like the Opalines? Is that the one? That looks like, yeah, that looks like a bow colorway. So, all right, this is the mini set that the Dying to Knit members got who subscribed January through September. They got, dun, dun, dun. I named it the Muted Magic mini set. This is a little bit different for me. You know, I like my bright, bold concentrates, right? Well, I decided to go do something muted. And so you've got, this here is a beautiful green. It's called Tea Leaves. And then this one, beautiful muted rose, dusty rose. I called it First Bloom. And then this one, Tough Love, because it's a steely blue. This one is Shifting Sands. I couldn't remember. I was like, Sifting Sands, Shifting Sands. It's one of those because it's such a pale peach. And then this one it's actually a deep, dark aubergine that I just did very, very pale. And that one's called Grace. I like it. I like this set. So I was thinking I would use mine for the shawl, but now I don't know. Might have to do a gradient. We'll see. But what I really like about it is that, uh, minis, if you use 5 minis, then and you want it to make the shawl longer, you can just add in an extra mini or two if you want. So yeah, so the fingering set sold out. So those are on pre-order, but I'll get those shipped out pretty quick. I've already got them on the die schedule for next week. So they should get shipped out right away. And there's still some available on DK. So for the shawl, you can do a DK version or fingering. Who knows? I might do a DK version. It'll go faster. So anyway, yeah, so those are available. All right, then a couple of other things. Hey, Jana, glad to have you here. Moonrose Crafts, nice. Good to see you. Yeah, the bookstore one, I figured. How's it going, Jana? How's the school year treating ya? I hope it's good. All right, so a couple of other things, advent calendars. I put it in the newsletter, but it was just a blurb that I realized I need to get busy dyeing those. So, and I want to have my final numbers done before I start dyeing. So, Cindy commented and said, yeah, no knitting classes. That was at Shenandoah. I know that they have some classes, but that's interesting that there weren't any knitting. Anyway, so I was trying to think if there was something else I needed to say about that, but no. Okay, so the advent calendars. Yeah, I'm going to start dyeing those as soon as we get back from Shenandoah, which is towards the end of this month. So that means that this week ish is your last chance to get the advent calendars. There's one available for Christmas, which is they're basically sock sets. You get a full skein and a mini. And I'll include they're inspired by vintage postcards. I'll include those in your box as well. There will be 4 sets, one for each Advent Sunday. I think it starts at the end of November. So I was just looking at my ship dates the other day. I was like, oh, I have to get busy. And then Hanukkah, if you want to do that one, there'll be 8 minis, one to open each day or night of Hanukkah, however you want to do it. So, and they'll be different. So that one is the color scheme is vintage, but I don't have vintage postcards for that. So you're just getting 8 minis to open up in that one. So yeah, so this is it, your last chance. And then, all right, Jana, very nice. Your fall concert was changed. Yeah, we were worried about you not getting to come. So I hope it was changed for a good reason and not bad, but I am glad that you get to come to the vendor market. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So the other thing is new that's available now, probably the next week, maybe 2, is the Dying to Knit, the holidays 2025. So what I like to do, and I don't know if I'll keep doing this always, but for now I like it because October, November, and December are just perfect. You've got an end of the month holiday in each of those months: October, Halloween; November, Thanksgiving; and December, Christmas. So I like to do the Dying to Knit subscription based on movies about those holidays. So October is Sleepy Hollow, which Morgan and I already watched the movie. I don't know if I've seen it before or not. It's Johnny Depp. I was going to say the Johnny Depp version, but I think it's the only one. And so Morgan and I were watching it yesterday, and at first she was like, wow, you good luck coming up with colors. Oh, I could do the black, gray, and white for that. No, that won't be. I did come up with a color palette, actually. I've already got an idea for what I'm going to play around with for that one. And then November is You've Got Mail, which Bo accused me of just looking for a reason to include You've Got Mail because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. And I was like, oh no, they celebrate Thanksgiving in that movie. They actually celebrate like all the holidays in that movie, I think. Anyway, I won't spill any secrets, but if you've never seen You've Got Mail, you must watch it. And then December is, oh gosh, what was December's movie? The Family Stone, another one of my all-time favorites. At first I was like, have I done The Family Stone before? But I think I've just talked about it. We haven't actually used it as an inspiration. So that's basically what happens. If you're new and would like to participate, I know, Jana, it is an awesome movie. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Moonrose, I have a tendency to, especially at this time, I just start yammering. So let's see here. The green, does that mean halfway from the bottom? Dun, dun, dun. Is it that one up there? Is that what you're looking at? Oh, you can't really see that one very well. I'm trying to, okay, let's see. If I'm sitting here, oh, maybe over here. So Limeade is this first one. And then we have Neon Moon. So yeah, Neon Moon is in the middle there. So I'm guessing that you might mean Limeade. Let me, I hope I'm even looking at the right one. Is this the one you were looking at? That is Limeade. That is the fun green for sure, if that's the one. You can always send me an email if you need to. And yes, Cindy, you would not be the only one to almost order it. One person did order it twice. And so I reached out and was like, did you intend to order 2 of these? It was far enough apart that I thought she might have forgotten that she ordered it. Okay, so Dying to Knit, if you are new, oh, it's not that one. I'm sorry. Is it on this side that you're looking at? You'll have to let me know. So that I don't want to just make y'all look at me showing different colorways. So the Dying to Knit, if you're new and you're thinking about it, basically I'll just explain it quickly. There's a lot of details that go into it, but it's a 3-month subscription that once you sign up, then give me a couple of weeks to get people in and out of the Facebook group. Because we just finished our last Dying to Knit subscription. So, and it kind of rotates. I do it pretty much all year long. So, but it's inspired. There's always a theme that inspires a mystery colorway. So you pick basically the number of skeins you want to come to you each month and what base you want it on. And then, we based on that inspiration photo, I always dye it up ahead of time. I've not done like, oh, let's dye this on the spot. Just because I want to make sure that you get a good colorway that looks good. So I dye up a practice pot ahead of time, make sure it looks good. And then I dye up most of the yarns so that they're ready to ship. And then the night of Dying to Knit, which is always a Thursday night, usually the second Thursday night of the month, then in the Facebook group, I go live and then you get to see me talk. I dye up the yarn and I kind of talk about, different dye methods. It's definitely not a learning to dye yarn because I don't give all the specifics like that. There's much better places to learn to dye yarn. But if you're interested in the colors that I've put into it and all that, then it's kind of fun. Plus once you're in the Facebook group, I go in there regularly to talk about, they usually see first like upcoming collections. And, if there's a one-of-a-kind colorway or something like that, they usually see it first because I talk about what I'm dyeing and, things that are going on. So, okay. Yeah, maybe do a screen. Oh, close to the peach. So is it maybe over here? Close to this peach right here. I'm thinking if it's this, that's Neon Moon, and it's actually a lot brighter than it's showing on my monitor. Whew, it is really washing it out. This is a bright fluorescent yellow, just so you know, if that's the one. It may not be, but I would say if it's not, maybe do a screenshot and send it to me and I'll let you know if you're interested in it. Okay, so let's see what else. So we talked about dying to knit, advent calendars. There was a one-of-a-kind fog and foliage that was available, but it sold out. So I'm not even going to let you see what you missed. It was in the newsletter, though, so you can always see it there. All right. So, yeah, September 27th and 28th, Bo and I will be in Virginia at the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. That's in Berryville, Virginia. It's kind of up north. So I know I've heard from a handful of people that are coming. So I'm really looking forward to seeing y'all. I did do a post on Instagram and Facebook with showing where our booth is. We'll be in an outside spot. So I'm really hoping for beautiful weather. I'm excited. And then October 18th, Saturday, October 18th, I will be at the, and Bo will be there as well, the Falling Into Fiber vendor market, which is a part of their retreat that they're doing that weekend. I'm not sure if there are spots available or not. I missed Helen's live that she did this week. So I'm not sure if they still have spots for the retreat or not, but you can definitely check on that. It's being put on by She Sells Yarn in Ormond Beach and Knit and Stitch Boutique in Cocoa. So as a part of their weekend retreat on Saturday the 18th from 12 to 5, the vendor marketplace will be open to the public. So would always love to see you there. And then November 14th and 15th will be in Alabama. I'm trying to remember if anybody's told me they're coming to Alabama. I haven't been to a fiber festival in Alabama. Trying to think, I've been to Alabama before, but I don't remember for what. Anyway, so I'm excited. We'll see. Bo has a brother who lives right there in Birmingham. So we'll see some family while we're there. Yeah, leading right up until Thanksgiving. Y'all, Christmas is almost here. I'm excited. Y'all know this is my favorite time of year, right? Getting into it. I'm just getting so excited. I can't help myself. Sharon, of course you will be in Cocoa. I will not be in Florida. Of course you won't be in Florida. I love you. You know it. Yeah, we'll see you again. But I know you're having a good time. So, okay. Yes. The mini set, Muted Magic, the DK mini sets are still available. The fingering sets are on pre-order. Linda, you have plans to attend Alabama or Virginia? Okay, thank you. Moon Rose Crafts, I will look. And I'll get back with you. All right. Hey, thank you all so much for joining me. As always, you know, Fridays are busy for me, but they're always the highlight of my week. I love a Friday. Some of that psychological from years ago, you know, it's signaling the weekend. And I love a weekend. Y'all know this will be like the third weekend in a row that I have not had, I don't technically have to work. That was one of the things I was talking to my doctor about. We were talking about stress levels. And I was like, well, you know, I don't take a lot of time off, but I said, I'm getting better because this would have been earlier this week. I was like, I have taken the last 2 weekends off, completely off, and meaning Saturday and Sunday. I've taken them completely off. And that's the first time that's happened in about a year. And I got to tell you, it's done me a world of good. It's just nothing like it. I love what I do. This past year has been amazing. By the way, just a quick side note, come November, you know, that'll be my 1-year anniversary. I've got a little something exciting. I don't know if y'all will think it is, but I've already got it planned. In fact, I think the thing is sitting out in the mailbox. That's all I can say. I'm very excited. And I just thank you all so much for being along for the ride. I can't tell you enough. I love what I do, and I just so appreciate all of you. And I hope you know that. Yes, Jana, we were talking about Downton Abbey coming out. I think it comes out today. I will definitely be going to see it, not this weekend, most likely, because Morgan's not available. She's busy. And I might be busy too. I don't know if I should say this, but we have a repair guy coming over tomorrow. But if he is gone in time, then I might be driving over the Sunshine City order to the Common Thread in person tomorrow because I have not seen their shop yet. So I might get to do that tomorrow. I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping. So, oh, thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. I can't say it enough how thankful I am for all of you. Really, you mean the world to me, and so I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support, whether it be financial, as friends, and yeah, you mean the world to me. So thank you very much. All right. I think I'll let y'all go. I could just stay here forever. We could just all meet up here and chat, and hang out and knit together, crochet, whatever. So, yeah. But anyway, I appreciate you all, and please take care of yourselves. And I hope that you have a good weekend. Make sure your loved ones know how you feel about them. And yeah, get some fiber crafting in. All right. Bye, everybody. Next week, I'll see you right here. All right. Bye.